Hello everyone and welcome to my General Hospital Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Finally, Cyrus' mission is completed by. On General Hospital Today, Willow provides Drew with an answer, not the one he was hoping for. Curtis asks his Aunt Stella for a favor, and Brooklyn finally tells Chase the truth. When Brooklyn returns home, she finds rose petals scattered over the bedroom and Chase sprawled out on the bed in sultry red underwear. He thinks in a way she likes. They share a kiss as he remarks that Valentine's Day isn't quite over. The fact that she feels so fortunate to have a wonderful husband like him depresses him since he believes he is the reason she is unable to conceive. Even if he gives her a romantic evening, it won't be enough. For better or worse, they exchanged vows, and yeah, this isn't what they expected, she tells him as he gets dressed. They are still able to adopt or foster children though. Despite the fact that Jason is not her biological son, Monica loves him as her own, and Ned adores Leo, she notes. According to her, they will do it jointly and the child will be a part of both of them regardless of how they bring them into the family. However, he wants her to experience the miracle of pregnancy, and what it's like to have her own child. At last, she blurts out that she has already given birth. Schools in Dante Lulu. Dante informs Lulu at the deception offices that Chase and Brooklyn recently learned they are unable to conceive. Lulu feels terrible about telling Brooklyn that she would have the ideal spouse and have ideal children. When she asks how Brooklyn is doing, Dante responds that Chase is the issue. Despite her sympathy for Brooklyn and Chase, Lulu is aware of Brooklyn's unwavering focus and desire to pursue her goals, which at this point include having a child. Dante notes that he wants Brooklyn and Chase to understand what it's like to be parents. All he wants is for Lulu to know the Brooklyn he knows. Lulu delves into the past and discovers that Dante and Brooklyn have a past together. They have known one another for ages. She claims that BLQ is aware of information about him that she is not. They join Carly's plot to split them up with Brooklyn. That was in the past according to Dante, and he and Brooklyn are now close friends. Between them, nothing else exists. Lulu acknowledges that their lives continue despite her losing 4 years. She claims that she has become best friends with Maxie, that Dante and Brooklyn are friends, and that Tracy and Brooklyn are close. Lulu questions whether she will ever have a place in their lives. Brooklyn makes Lulu feel sorry for her. They understand how difficult it is to raise a family, and Brooklyn is currently unable to have the family she desires. Dante tells her she can't apologize, even if she feels she should. Only Chase told him about their infertility problems. Nobody else is aware. Jordan calls to inform them about Lucky, interrupting them. Jitch makes Lulu feel awful. Cyrus gives Lucky a shot. Lucky knocks Cyrus down at Liz's house as she's on the phone with 911. At that moment, she notices that Cyrus has already used the digitalis syringe to stab Lucky in the leg. Lucky becomes stuck in GH. Cyrus fights with Lucky and starts strangling him after he gets up. Liz calls 911 and says that because Cyrus has given Lucky a digitalis injection, she wants the cops and an ambulance. Lucky faints and Cyrus runs. Liz urges her ex, "Stay with me, Lucky," and starts compression on him. Liz makes an effort to save Lucky GH. Jordan, Laura, and Anna call a meeting. Jordan, Laura, and Anna meet at the mayor's office. They talk about Drew's suggestion to use Sunny's piers for the Esplanade. They are unable to determine who is worse, Sidwell, Drew, or Sunny. They talk about Sunny's ability to influence the system, and Anna discloses that Drew has expressed his desire to assist her in defeating Sunny in any way he can. Jordan finds it annoying that Drew has sided with Jens, but Anna believes they can defeat Sunny if they capture his ports. Jordan and Laura discuss business. Jordan points out that Drew's primary goals are to get to Sunny and get revenge on Jason. Given what they know about Sidwell, Laura worries about him, and Anna concurs that he is a concern. Jordan claims they know how to handle Sunny, and that Sidwell is an unknown. Jordan is concerned about Drew's intentions and his influence as a member of Congress. They all concur that they might not be able to trust Drew. Anna believes it's time for the PCPD to look into Drew's intentions. They are cut off when Liz phones Laura to inform her about Lucky, and Anna receives a call regarding Cyrus. Anna will investigate Drew's GH. When Anna gets to Liz's house later, another officer tells her what transpired. Cyrus is the subject of an APB. What? asks Aiden as he arrives at the door as she is venting over what transpired and how Lucky could now die. Drew asks a question, not only for him and Scout, but also for Willow and all of their children. Drew surprises her with the house he purchased. He claims that he always meant it to be their home, and that it is too large for just him and Scout. She is invited to live with him. Willow is asked to move into GH by Drew. Since her children have moved back and forth between the Quartermains and Nina's homes, Willow is unsure. She desires a secure home for them. Here Drew thinks they can provide them with a secure home. He depicts every child having an own room with a swing set in the back. Additionally, they could be able to appreciate their new life together and unwind and breathe for the first time in a long time. He hopes that this location will serve as the beginning of their future together. She reminds him that Wiley is anticipating his father's return, and that they will all be reunited once more, and that she is still legally married to Michael. This move feels wrong right now, she tells him. He requests that she notify him when she is prepared. She would want to hold off till Michael gets better and gets home from the clinic. He offers to take her home to her lovely children and claims that the house is not moving forward. No GH, Willow says. Jason makes a decision. After being released from prison, Jason visits Sam's cemetery to think about his next course of action. Though he questions what Sam would want him to do, he wants to kill Cyrus. He remembers Sasha's comments and understands that Sam would want him to put Danny's needs ahead of his own, even if it means losing his father. He makes the right decision for their son. Jason decides on GH. Jason arrives at Drew's house. He desires serenity. Why the hell would I want to make peace with you? Questions Drew. Curtis requires a help. As the evening draws to a close, Stella shows up at the Savoy since her favorite nephew invited her over for a nightcap. Telling Curtis that she will see him at home, Portia had to go. Stella questions Curtis about the true nature of this. Stella and Curtis take a seat and converse. She mentions her acquaintance with Congressman Doug Henderson, and says he needs a favor that only she can give. Curtis needs to stop Drew, who is not the man they knew. Therefore he wants her to help them meet. He claims that Drew has turned vengeful and has made it plain that he will block any of his proposals. Curtis requests assistance from Stella GH. Stella says she would be delighted to assist her nephew. Because Curtis dared to hold a mirror up to Drew and show him what he's become, she is aware that he is a powerful guy who is coming for him. Additionally, she thinks highly of Doug, so before collaborating with him, he should be aware of what a serpent Drew is. She expresses her pride in Curtis. Curtis GH is helped by Stell. The haste to save Lucky. After being taken to General Hospital, Lucky is given compressions by a different medical professional. Liz tells Isaiah that Lucky received a digitalis injection from Cyrus. Liz is honest with Laura. Soon everyone else who was called shows up. Laura is seated, and Liz tells her what transpired. Laura is in disbelief. Liz tells her that Cyrus believed he had been sent by God to free patients' spirits, who were caught between the living and the dead. Laura is perplexed because Sam was healthy, yet she is horrified by what her brother has been doing. Then she sobs, Lulu. Liz apologizes, but Cyrus also attempted to save Lulu in his own perverse manner, which is why Lulu's liver failed. Jordan Jich and Dante Anna. Liz asks Laura to stay with her while she speaks with Anna once Anna and Aiden arrive. Dante later confronts Anna, believing Cyrus is to blame. He declares that he will find the bastard regardless of protocol. They can need all the assistance they can get, so Anna promises she won't stop him. Later, the police at Liz's house calls them, and Cyrus is spotted going toward the woods outside of Port Charles. What is there, they wonder. Everyone hurries over when Isaiah shows there because he has news concerning Lucky. Laura queries if her son will survive. Cyrus meets his creator. Joss enters Austin's cabin, where Cyrus has been executing his sinister schemes. She looks around and discovers an envelope filled with patient hospital bracelets, including Sam's and the one Cyrus took from Dex's body in the mortuary. Cyrus spots Joss G. Cyrus abruptly shows up in the doorway and remarks that she shouldn't be there. He snatches an outside axe and aims it at her. She sobs that he killed Dex and Sam and that he is a monster. They disrupted the operation according to Cyrus, and he cannot allow her to do so either. Cyrus GH is shot by Joss. As Cyrus rushes her, Joss takes out Dex's gun, points it at him and presses the trigger. He collapses after she strikes him in the chest. Cyrus has passed away. He informs Joss that she is now also a killer before he passes away. She approaches him, kicks his legs and removes the axe. There's no pulse, yet she feels for it. She then asks Jack for assistance over the phone. Jack arrives at the cabin entrance and surveys the scene as the show comes to a close. Jack shows up to assist GH. You got pregnant when you were a teenager and you've been carrying this secret ever since? Asks Chase after finding out about Brooke Lynn's pregnancy on the upcoming General Hospital. We can call the police or handle this ourselves, Jack says to Joss at the cabin. He can run, but that bastard can't hide, Dante says Anna. Jason offers Drew a truce. He informs him. Laura asks Aiden what's happening as they are at the hospital with Lulu. My dad is dying, he sobs. Jordan and Isaiah use the paddles to shock Lucky in an attempt to save him. According to General Hospital teasers, fans have finally received some clarification on Cyrus Renault's intentions when he exterminated his victims. Jeff Kober gave a strong performance in the episode that aired on February 19th, when Cyrus gave Elizabeth Baldwin an explanation of his motivations. Cyrus felt that by alleviating certain patients' pain, particularly Lulu Spencer's, he was carrying out God's will. Cyrus essentially intended to assist Lulu in going to paradise, because he was unable to foresee that she would heal miraculously. Naturally, Sam McCall's donation of his liver caused a problem. Cyrus argued that Sam's death was a consequence of her obstructing the Lord's will, because he believed that by sparing Lulu's life, Sam was adding to her misery. Dex Heller was a witness who had too much information and could have exposed Cyrus' scheme. Because Cyrus believed that protecting the mission that God had given him was more vital than anything else, he pursued Dex. Although Cyrus's distorted and hazardous viewpoint is evident, at least we now have a better understanding of what has been going on inside his head. That being said, this explanation is not entirely satisfactory, particularly for viewers who are left longing for Sam and Dex. Many fans have taken to social media to criticize the show for murdering off Dex and Sam without providing a compelling enough reason. It's depressing to consider that Sam met a terrible end while attempting to give Lulu such a selfless present. Sam was punished by Cyrus for that, so it's understandable why GH viewers are so agitated. Cyrus removed Dex off the map because of the threat he posed, even though he didn't deserve to die either. According to a lot of viewers, Sam and Dex should still be alive today. What do you think of Cyrus' justification for his lethal behavior? Do you think that Cyrus and this whole tangled situation could have been averted by Sam and Dex? Stay tuned for additional plot predictions and updates on the crazy news that will be revealed soon, as General Hospital spoilers indicate that more Cyrus-related surprises are on the horizon. Next week's General Hospital spoilers are here. Cyrus Renault's fate will be revealed to viewers on February 24th and 28th, 2025. Carly Spencer, meanwhile, discovers something unsettling. Let's talk about what will happen in the ABC soap opera next week as you continue reading. The destiny of Cyrus Renault. Fans may be able to witness Cyrus's fate next week. Finally, fans found out why Cyrus killed those folks. But there might have been a price for Lucky Spencer. Instead of killing Elizabeth Liz Baldwin, Cyrus used a syringe to stab Lucky in the leg. A murder mystery is ahead? Cyrus will then take on Jocelyn Jax. It seems obvious that Cyrus will meet a gruesome end. Given how many people would be justified in ending Cyrus, there may even be a murder mystery. After all, Sam McCall and Dex Heller were among Cyrus' numerous victims. Carly Spencer's unsettling finding. Carly will uncover something unsettling, according to General Hospital teasers for the week of February 24th. This might have to do with Carly learning that Jocelyn met Cyrus in person. As Jocelyn describes what brought her to that lodge, Jack Brennan might have some major explaining to do. Brennan will probably have to clean up his own mess in addition to making amends with Carly. Other things to anticipate. Additionally, anticipate that Dante Falconeri will assist Lulu Spencer during Lucky's medical crisis. Anna Devane will also need to provide some explanations and clean up a large mess. It's possible that Cyrus won't be the one to kill the villain, despite Jason Morgan's threats. The situation may get even more complicated as a result of his admission to Anna and public threats. Jason is also being used by Sasha Gilmore Corbin as a phony baby daddy. For the time being, Willow Tate Corinthos and everyone else may accept Sasha and Jason's claim. Willow may eventually figure things out and see that they don't add up. Everything could change if Willow finds out that Sasha's baby's father is Michael Corinthos. Additionally, it appears that Drew Kane Quartermain's demise is imminent. Drew is becoming quite arrogant. General Hospital finally kills off Cyrus. Here's who done it and how. For years, Cyrus Renault has been one of the most ruthless and manipulative villains in General Hospital history. His reign of terror over Port Charles has included drug trafficking, attempted murders, blackmail and constant power struggles with some of the town's most powerful figures. Fans have long speculated about how his story would end, and now, after years of dodging death and justice, Cyrus Renault is finally gone. Here's a breakdown of who took him out and how it all happened. The lead up to his demise. Cyrus Renault, portrayed by the brilliant Jeff Kober, had been causing chaos in Port Charles ever since his arrival. Whether it was his vendetta against Sonny Corinthos, his manipulations of Laura Collins, his half-sister, or his sinister influence over the town's criminal underbelly, Cyrus always had a way of escaping the consequences of his actions. However, in recent months, tensions had been rising, and multiple people had ample motive to finally end his tyranny. The most recent storyline saw Cyrus making a desperate grab for power once again. After being released from Pentonville under suspicious circumstances, he quickly resumed his criminal activities. However, this time his enemies were ready for him. From Sonny and Jason Morgan to Jordan Ashford and even his own estranged family members, the list of potential suspects was long. The fatal night. What went down? Cyrus' final night alive was one for the books. The showdown happened at Pier 55, a notorious spot for Port Charles's most dangerous dealings. It was a stormy evening, adding an eerie backdrop to what would be Cyrus' last stand. The setup for his demise was masterfully executed, with several key players converging at the scene. The confrontation. Reports indicate that Cyrus was lured to the docks under false pretenses. Some believe that an anonymous informant tipped him off about a major drug shipment being intercepted, while others suspect he was led there by someone he trusted. Either way, once he arrived, it became clear that he had walked into a trap. Who killed Cyrus Renault? With so many people wanting Cyrus dead, the biggest mystery was figuring out who finally pulled the trigger. Here's a breakdown of the top suspects. Sonny Corinthos. Sonny had the biggest reason to want Cyrus gone. As the head of the Corinthos crime family, he had spent years battling Cyrus for control over the city's criminal empire. Cyrus was responsible for multiple attacks on Sonny's family, including orchestrating the bombing that nearly killed his loved ones. Sonny had vowed revenge, but would he risk breaking his own code by personally taking out Cyrus? Laura Collins. As Cyrus' half-sister, Laura had long tried to see the good in him, but after his repeated betrayals and threats against her family, she reached her breaking point. Could Laura have been the one to end Cyrus, deciding that he was too dangerous to remain alive? Jordan Ashford. The police commissioner had spent years chasing Cyrus and was constantly outmaneuvered by him. With her career on the line and the safety of Port Charles at risk, did Jordan finally take justice into her own hands? Spencer Cassadine. Cyrus had been responsible for much of Spencer's suffering. From manipulating his father, Nicholas Cassadine, to orchestrating events that caused Spencer's life to spiral out of control, the young Cassadine had plenty of motive. Could he have been the one to pull the trigger in an act of vengeance? Someone unexpected. Could Cyrus' killer be someone completely unexpected? General Hospital has a history of shocking twists, and this could be no different. Perhaps a past enemy or a newcomer with a hidden grudge emerged from the shadows to finally take him down. How it happened? According to sources, the moment of Cyrus' death was as dramatic as one would expect. As he stood on the docks, he was confronted by multiple figures. Gunshots rang out, but due to the storm and the chaos of the scene, it wasn't immediately clear who fired the fatal shot. Witnesses reported seeing Cyrus stagger, clutching his chest before collapsing onto the wet pavement. The investigation into his death will likely be a major storyline in the coming weeks, with authorities scrambling to piece together the events of the fateful night. Surveillance footage, witness testimonies, and hidden secrets will all play a role in uncovering the truth. The aftermath. With Cyrus Renault dead, the power dynamics in Port Charles are bound to shift. Sonny Corinthos now faces new challenges, as his empire will inevitably come under threat from rivals looking to fill the void left by Cyrus. Laura Collins will have to come to terms with the dark legacy of her half-brother, and the PCPD will be under immense pressure to solve the high-profile murder. Brennan's cover-up for Jocelyn. In a shocking turn of events, Brennan, the mysterious and powerful government agent with ties to Port Charles's criminal underworld, is found to be covering up a crucial piece of evidence involving Jocelyn Jacks. Jocelyn, who had been growing increasingly entangled with Dex Heller and Sonny's world, may have witnessed something on the night of Cyrus' murder that put her in grave danger. Rumors suggest that Jocelyn was near the docks when the shots were fired. Did she see the real killer? Was she caught in the crossfire and needed to be protected? Or worse, was she somehow involved in the shooting itself? Brennan's intervention raises questions about why he would go to such lengths to shield Jocelyn from scrutiny. Could this be a move to gain leverage over Sonny and Jason? Or is there a deeper reason behind his actions? Jason's truce for Drew. Meanwhile, Jason Morgan, who recently made a dramatic return to Port Charles, is faced with a difficult decision: broker a truce with a powerful enemy to ensure Drew Kane's safety. Drew, who had been investigating Cyrus' dealings before his death, may have stumbled upon information that made him a target. With the lines between ally and enemy blurred, Jason is forced to negotiate with someone unexpected to keep his brother alive. Is Jason making a deal with Sonny to maintain peace within the family? Is he striking an uneasy alliance with Brennan to keep Drew out of harm's way? Or is he cutting a deal with an entirely new player in town, someone who wants control of Port Charles in the wake of Cyrus' demise? What's next? With the mystery of who killed Cyrus taking center stage, viewers can expect weeks of twists, turns, and unexpected revelations. Will the killer be caught? Will there be cover-ups and betrayals along the way? And most importantly, how will Port Charles move forward in the wake of such a major event? No matter what happens next, one thing is for sure: General Hospital has once again delivered a jaw-dropping, must-watch moment that will keep fans on the edge of their seats. Liz will have to perform chest compressions once Lucky passes out while pleading for her ex to live. Laura will receive some frightening updates regarding her son's predicament once the paramedics transport Lucky to the hospital. Laura will undoubtedly head straight to GH and hope that Lucky survives. Dante Falconeri will attempt to persuade Lulu Spencer to consider Brooke Lynn from a different perspective. Jocelyn murders Cyrus and Willow declines Drew's offer to move in. Jocelyn Jacks killed Cyrus Renault and phoned Jack Brennan, while Willow Corinthos turned down Drew Quartermain's offer to come in, according to the General Hospital recap for Thursday, February 20th. Because he was conflicted about what he wanted and what she would desire, Jason Morgan spoke to Sam McCall's grave in the cemetery. Jason resolved to always act in Danny Morgan's best interests, even if he knew Cyrus was responsible for Sam's death, and obviously wanted to exact revenge. Since she had recently transferred the kids back to Nina Reeves' residence and wanted to provide stability for them, Willow put a stop to her plans to move in with Drew at his new home. Furthermore, Wiley Corinthos believed that they would once again be a family if Michael Corinthos recovered. While Michael was away at the clinic, Willow was reluctant to come clean and hadn't told Wiley about their breakup. Despite his apparent disappointment, Drew reassured Willow that she was worth the wait. Drew was shocked to see Jason in his living room after ensuring Willow arrived home. Drew questioned why Jason would ever want to make amends, despite his insistence that he did. Jason then made the case that they ought to do it for Sam. Lucky Spencer took the syringe out of his thigh at Elizabeth Baldwin's house, but Cyrus tried to choke him and knocked him to the ground. Liz performed chest compressions on Lucky, while she waited for paramedics to come because the digitalis swiftly took its toll on him. Although Cyrus was able to escape during the confusion, the police quickly issued an APB against him. When the call regarding Lucky arrived, Anna Devane, Laura Collins, and Jordan Ashford were in the middle of a meeting concerning all the turmoil on the Esplanade. After Laura hurried to the hospital, Elizabeth informed Isaiah Gannon about Lucky's reaction to the digitalis injection. Laura was shocked by her brother's mission after Liz told her the entire Cyrus story. After hearing what had happened to Lucky at home, Aiden Weber obtained additional information and made his way to GH as well. After learning that Cyrus' automobile was moving into the woods, Jordan decided to check her old file to see where he was going. Curtis Ashford asked Stella Henry for assistance at the Savoy in establishing a connection with a specific politician in the hopes of retaliating against Drew. Lulu Spencer told Dante Falconeri at Deception that she had problems with Brooklyn Quartermain because of how accustomed she had grown to being in a coma. Dante encouraged Lulu to stay quiet about his infertility issues, acknowledging that he understood why she felt marginalized. After receiving a call informing her that Lucky was being hurried to GH, Lulu hurried there with Dante. They discussed their thwarted family plans after Brooklyn returned home to discover rose petals on the floor and a shirtless Chase waiting in their bed. Chase continued to talk about how he was depriving Brooklyn of being pregnant, despite her insistence that adoption was a fantastic alternative. Chase was shocked when Brooklyn eventually revealed that she had previously given birth. Jocelyn discovered the medical ID wristbands that Cyrus had gathered from his victims, Sam and Dex Heller, at his hiding place. Cyrus showed up in the doorway looking like a complete threat after Joss took a picture of the evidence on her phone. Cyrus took an axe and intended to murder Jocelyn for getting in the way of his purpose, but she pulled out Dex's gun and shot him twice. Before he died, Cyrus declared that Jocelyn was the murderer. After making sure Cyrus was dead, Jocelyn was shaken and finally called Brennan for assistance. Brennan immediately approached and looked down at Cyrus's body on the ground, taking in the scene. According to General Hospital spoilers, Brennan will stop at nothing to clear this mess up. So stay tuned for more predictions on all the terrible news that lies ahead. According to General Hospital spoilers on Friday, February 21st, Jason Morgan offers Drew Quartermain a truce, while Jack Brennan will carry out a cover-up for Jocelyn Jacks. Here's what GH fans may anticipate. Aiden Weber will also worry that Lucky Spencer is dying. Harrison Chase will first respond to Brooklyn Quartermain's admission that she had previously given birth. Chase will be devastated by Brooklyn's revelation of her adolescent pregnancy, after she has kept it a secret for so long. Jocelyn, who recently shot Cyrus Renaud dead, will continue to be an emotional mess at his hideout. In the wake of the incident, Jocelyn called Brennan for assistance, but she'll be wondering if they could call the police. Brennan will admit that they could call the police, but he will also point out that they could handle this on their own. Brennan will undoubtedly favor the latter option because he has a lot of expertise solving significant issues. Dante Falconeri will receive some crucial updates on all of the Cyrus drama from Anna Devane at GH. Dante will assert that Cyrus is capable of running, but he will also prophesy that that bastard will be unable to hide. Given that the authorities are aware of the direction Cyrus' automobile was traveling, Brennan and Jocelyn will need to work quickly. It won't be long before they determine that Cyrus must have visited Austin Gatlin Holt's former property, because Jordan Ashford also intends to examine his old paperwork. Jason simply ambushed Drew in the living area of his new home. Jason will want to declare a truce, but it might be difficult to persuade Drew because he isn't a very sensible man anymore. Sasha Gilmore Corbin will confess to someone at some point during Friday's show. Would Maxie Jones or another character discover that Michael Corinthos is Sasha's biological father? When Aiden tells Laura Collins and Lulu Spencer that his father is dying, he will appear to be in a panic at the hospital. As Lucky's condition worsens, Elizabeth Baldwin, Laura, Aiden and Lulu will all have to worry. The promo clip indicates that Jonathan Jackson will return to the screen after Guy Wilson's brief appearance as a temporary replacement. As she tries to save Lucky's life and shocks his heart, Portia Robinson will work feverishly. According to General Hospital spoilers, Lucky will ultimately survive, but in the meanwhile his loved ones will continue to be terrified while they wait for word. According to Thursday, February 20th, General Hospital spoilers, Laura Collins will receive some terrible news about Lucky Spencer, and Cyrus Renaud will bust Jocelyn Jacks. Let's discuss what's coming up because Brooklyn Quartermain might potentially reveal her secret. Jordan Ashford will first meet with Laura and Anna Devane to talk about some fresh strategies. Given that it appears Anna could wish to learn more about Jen Sidwell's motivations, the subject may come up. But since an arrest warrant is being submitted for Cyrus in the morning, Anna will also be keen to find him. Sadly, Lucky has already been shot with Cyrus' digitalis syringe, so it's too late. Cyrus will return to his hiding place while Elizabeth Baldwin makes full use of her medical expertise.